Hey folks, welcome back to my lesson series. We're going to take a quick detour from soloing and talk a little bit about chords. I have a lot of high school jazz students who have a lot of issues when they look at the lead sheets and they see all these chords with all these extensions, and they get confused and don't really know where to start. So hopefully this lesson will help them out. Typically in the jazz rhythm section, if I'm playing with a piano player, I'm playing a real stripped down accompaniment style, and it's as much rhythmic as it is melodic. Usually what I'm using is the third of the chord, the seventh of the chord, and the root. And I'll show you some voicings and give you some examples here. If I were to play, let's say, a 2-5-1 in the key of E flat, those chords would include F minor, B flat 7, and E flat major 7. And the voicings that I typically would use would be F in the root, the minor third, and flatted 7. Right? So I'm not using the fifth because that doesn't really tell me a whole lot about the chord. But with these three notes, I have all the information I need. Okay, whether it's a 9 or minor 7 or F minor 11, doesn't really matter because all of those chords include F, flatted third, and flat 7. Okay, I move that voicing to the 5 chord within this 2-5-1. Okay, and now I have A flat remains the same from the F minor. E flat moves down to D, and I have the flatted 7th and the 3rd of B flat 7. So we have 2, 5, and then we move on to E flat major 7, 1. I have root, 3rd here in G, and D with my pinky. Okay. Alright. Now there are all kinds of chord symbols that could be placed in front of you. Like I said, with the F minor, could be F minor 7, F minor 11, F minor 9. It could even be F minor 7 flat 5. We don't have a 5 in this chord, so this is going to work for all of those chords. B flat 7, could be B flat 13, flat 13, B flat 7, flat 9. Again, all of that stuff doesn't really matter. This voicing is going to work perfectly for those chords. And then we're going to resolve to E flat major 7, right? If we wanted to, or if we had a moment where E flat major 7 was going to land and resolve for 2 measures, I might play E flat major 7 and then move the major 7th down a whole step to the 6th. So now I have E flat, G, and C. Okay? So right? 2-5-1 and E flat. Okay, now the way the guitar is set up is that you need to know how to play a 2-5-1 that begins and ends on the 5th string, with the roots on the 5th string, and a 2-5-1 that begins and ends with a root on the 6th string. So here's the same approach, but a 2-5-1 in G. 2-5-1 in G would include A minor 7, D7, G major 7. Okay? Again, I'm just playing 3 notes. For the A minor, I have the root A, 5th fret, 6th string. I'm playing the flatted 7th and the minor 3rd, and I'm barring that. So it looks like I'm playing a whole bunch of notes here, but really I'm just playing 3 notes. The rest of the stuff is muted. Let's see my picking hand. The 5th string is muted, and these top strings are muted. So I can strike across all the strings, and I'm really just getting 3 notes. That's 2. Progresses to 5. D7, again, here's root. Here's the 3rd of the chord. Where's my dog Otis? Here's the flat 7th. Okay? And I'm just using the 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings here for this chord. The rest of the stuff is muted. Again, that's one of the reasons why I use my thumb. I idolized Hendrix when I was a kid, and so of course I can't turn that off, but it really comes in handy, especially with this style of comping. And we move from D7 onto G major 7. Right? Again, I have the root, then I have major 7 in F sharp, and B is the 3rd of the chord. Now, like in the last example, there are often times where we have a 2-5-1, and the 1 chord will sit for 2 measures. And if that's the case, then what I'll do is change this major 7 chord to a major 6 chord. Alright, I just moved the note on the 4th string down a whole step. And this guy's not really doing much. Right? Alright, so here's a 2-5-1 in G. Again, that's a great sound when you're playing in an ensemble where you have a piano player and bass player and a drummer and there's a lot going on harmonically. You can really add to the overall sound of the group by playing these real stripped down voicings, and especially if you're playing in a swing groove and you're playing a real strong quarter note pulse, maybe accenting 2 and 4, it's really a great sound. Stay tuned for Comping 101 installment number 2.